Diamonds versus cursed stones. The truth about jewelry's hidden energy. Some jewelry is priceless, others deadly. What if I told you that certain gemstones have ruined lives, destroyed empires, and even caused death? Sounds ridiculous, right? Well, the history of cursed stones isn't just a bunch of superstitions. There are real cases where owning the wrong gem led to absolute disaster. Meanwhile, diamonds? Society worships them like gods. But are they truly as powerful as we think? This isn't just some mystical fairy tale. The world's most famous diamonds, like the Hope Diamond and Koh-i-Noor, come with horrifying tales of misfortune. On the other hand, science claims that gemstones do carry certain energies. Some people swear that a ruby can bring them fortune, while an opal can ruin their life. By the end of this video, you'll know the shocking truth behind jewelry's hidden energy, what's real, what's myth, and whether your favorite ring could secretly be cursing you. Let's get into it. Section 1. The billion-dollar illusion of diamonds. Diamonds, the ultimate status symbol. The thing every proposal in the last century seems to require. But why? Who decided diamonds were the king of all gems? Here's a fun fact. Diamonds aren't even rare. That's right. They only seem rare because of a marketing trick that started in the early 1900s. A company called De Beers figured out that if they controlled the world's diamond supply, they could make people think these stones were scarce. They literally created artificial scarcity. And then they did something even smarter. They launched one of the most brilliant advertising campaigns in history. A diamond is forever. That single line convinced generations of people that diamonds equals love. If you didn't propose with a diamond ring, you were basically saying your love wasn't real. Genius marketing, but completely fabricated. And let's not forget the dark side. Blood diamonds. Many of these so-called symbols of love were mined under brutal conditions, funding wars and exploitation. The truth: diamonds may sparkle, but their history is far from beautiful. Section 2. The dark curse of certain gemstones. Now, let's talk about the other side of jewelry, the cursed stones. You might have heard of the Hope Diamond. It's one of the most famous cursed gems in the world. Everyone who owned it faced horrible fates: beheadings, financial ruin, mysterious deaths. King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette owned it. Both lost their heads. A wealthy socialite fell off a building after receiving it. The list goes on. And then there's the Koh-i-Noor diamond. It's said that every man who has ever possessed it has met a violent death. Coincidence? Maybe, but it's enough to make some people nervous. In fact, the British royal family only lets women wear it. Why would a piece of rock have this kind of power? Is there actually any science to back up the idea that gemstones carry energy? Section 3. The science behind jewelry's energy. Okay, let's put the superstitions aside for a second. Can jewelry actually do anything? Well, kind of. Certain stones contain minerals and properties that react with the human body. Take quartz, for example. It's piezoelectric, which means it can generate a tiny electric charge when pressure is applied. That's why quartz is used in watches. It literally keeps time using energy. Then there's magnetite, a mineral found in some gemstones which has real magnetic properties. Some people claim it can influence the body's energy field. Is that scientifically proven? Hey, not really. But believers say they feel it. And sometimes, perception is everything. So, while diamonds won't bring you love and opals won't destroy your life, there is something to be said about how our minds react to them. The placebo effect is powerful. If you think a stone is lucky, it might actually make you luckier, just because you're acting with more confidence. Section 4. The psychological power of gemstones. Ever noticed how certain colors make you feel different? Red makes people feel bold. Blue is calming. Green feels refreshing. The same thing happens with gemstones. People associate rubies with power and passion. That's why they were the favorite gemstone of kings and warriors. Sapphires? They symbolize wisdom and were worn by priests and scholars. Black stones like onyx, often linked to protection and absorbing negative energy. Does the rock itself actually do anything? Or is it all in our heads? Well, even if it's psychological, the effect is still real. If wearing a tiger's eye ring makes someone feel more confident, then in a way, the stone is giving them power, just not in the way most people think. So, what's the truth? Are diamonds powerful? Not really. They're overpriced, common, and marketed as rare. But cursed stones? Well, that's a little harder to explain. Sure, science doesn't confirm actual curses, but history has a funny way of making us wonder. What we do know is that jewelry holds meaning, whether it's societal, psychological, or even a little supernatural. The next time you buy a gemstone, think about what you're really wearing. Maybe it's just a rock, or maybe it's something much more powerful. And now, I have a question for you. Do you own any gemstones that you believe have an effect on your life? Ever had weird experiences with a certain ring or necklace? Drop your story in the comments. I'm reading them all. And if you enjoyed this, you'll love my next video, where I uncover the world's most dangerous luxury items. Click here to watch it now before it disappears from your recommendations. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.